Welcome back, everyone. Your loyal Captain Given 100 has returned yet again for another video for you guys today. I'm sorry I didn't get the videos out Monday and Tuesday like I said I would, but don't you guys worry. We're on the grind to get back up onto our schedule. So you guys are gonna be getting multiple uploads today. And what do I mean by that? Well, like I said, Alex Langton, I said I would have to get the a few videos out before you know, what if Deku was raised by Story Shift Char, Story Shift Frisk. Oh, that was the first time I actually got that crap right. But when I'm actually doing the video, I can't seem to say it. Whatever. But anyway, that video is coming out. Part 2 of that is coming out next after this part 2. What if Saiyan Deku. But anyway, you guys already seen part 1, and once I get to Story Shift Deku and story, yes, my God, you guys already know what I'm trying to talk about. But once I get to the other part of this, you guys will see. But anyway, with that being said, let's continue this video. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Cue the dang intro. Raising baby Yamoshi is something that Inko never thought it would be. Obviously, the Saiyan nature is kind of hard to get over, but like people always say, nurture over nature. Well, it's usually nature over nurture, but in this case scenario, it's nurture over nature. Because if we just had a regular Saiyan baby, it would be like on the fritz all the time. But Izuku would thankfully was a pure-hearted Saiyan because, well, he wouldn't be able to use the techniques that of all the Dragon Ball Z characters if he was just cold-blooded. But you know, but then again, he's a pure-hearted Saiyan like Goku is, but he also has that Saiyan nature like Vegeta who sticks to his ego. So he's a perfect balance in between both good and and egotistical pride. So so it's like I said, it's a perfect mix. And well, he's since Yamoshi, the spirit, has been back in the Dragon Ball Z world, he has all the techniques of every being that he saw once before. So I don't want to hear you guys saying, "Oh, but you gave him Calm Goku's powers." Yes, I merged like Calm Goku all together and everything in this, but he still has the Yamoshi techniques of, well, seeing all the Dragon Ball Z characters. I did say that in part 1, but if I didn't, then I'm saying it now. So that way you guys won't be confused or anything when certain things pop up that he couldn't do before. But anyway, on the scenario, raising baby Yamoshi Midoriya. Honestly, he was such a rambunctious child, but like any other Saiyan baby, he always had a knack for fighting. He, just like Kid Goku, well, he's also the legendary Super Saiyan. So off the bat, Kid Yamoshi is just incredibly strong. Because being like literally wanting to fight so much and studying in martial arts, even as a kid, he's able to overpower grown-ass men, bro. And like I said, since that adaptability kicks in, even with little training, Izuku's power just spikes up rapidly. And just like Broly, he learns as he fights. So, yeah, and he's also growing stronger. So even though he sees the martial arts like once, he's already adapting and fighting to it. It's really crazy. But also, you know, because there is no turtle hermit school in this, I'm just saying that some flashbacks, you know, or visions come to Izuku about certain fighting techniques. That way you guys won't say like, how did he learn this or how did he learn that? It's just visions that come to Izuku. Like, you know, visions of Yamoshi's spirit still lingering within this version of Izuku. So that's how it works. But no, like I said, it's just his spirit. Yamoshi is no longer conscious because his soul like had to spread throughout his essence had to spread throughout Izuku. So Yamoshi, in a sense, doesn't exist anymore to where it's only Izuku's soul. But he's named Yamoshi in this one because, you know, birth certificate, all that crap, so I could just get around that. But anyway, still, only thing that's different about him is just a name change and his race, obviously. But still, anyway, moving on. Young Yamoshi was such a rambunctious and, well, oh my gosh, definitely a prideful child. He loved, like, combat, definitely. He loved a good fight over anything. But he would always be a kind of upset because he could never get a challenge out of anybody. And even as a child version of Yamoshi is just way too stronger than anybody. I don't know how power level scaling would go in the realm of Dragon Ball Z, even move over into the realm of My Hero Academia. But we know damn well Dragon Ball like even early Dragon Ball Z characters like Saiyan Saga could were stronger than the My Hero Academia people, because, you know, Saiyan Saga Vegeta said he would destroy the planet and get off planet before, you know, it completely exploded. That tells me everything I need to know. And we know damn well My Hero Academia people can't destroy a planet. So Yeah. And with Izuku already being like around 10, well, he was 10,000 when he was born. Since he's been training, I don't know what to bring it up to. But since I gave him such crazy ass potential and he's been doing this for years, I'm gonna say he's like at the level of like, damn, okay. He's when he was born, it was 10,000. Right now, he's like about 4 to 5 ish years old. They didn't even need to go to a quirk doctor because the birth certificate, they got all the quirk registration crap and everything done. Like the Saiyan pod had done all that, so Inko just didn't go to a quirk doctor. But anyway, in this sense right here, honestly, I'd have to put it like this: Izuku's power level would be honestly around like final form 100% Frieza at this point. Yeah, a 4 or 5-year-old can pretty much beat final form Frieza at 100%. Damn. But yeah, so that's how it pretty much goes. Izuku goes around every single dojo and literally swiping everybody and beating them all with his own martial arts. Like, even some with their own martial arts, infusing it into what he knows and his own fighting tactics. Oh boy, this is just strange. You know what? Also, I'm just gonna, just for the detail, the power pole is there as well. His dad gave him the Bardock scarf and his mom gave him the power pole. So I just wanted to retcon that a little bit. So that's how he has that. He has the power pole. Yeah, pretty cool. So anyway, with that being said, Izuku goes around beating all other dojos, and then he gets, obviously, he's introduced to Bakugo, and, well, the Bakugos, in a sense here. And Bakugo can tell that Izuku is already goddamn strong, even though they go to, for kindergarten or something, whatever, kindergarten together and everything. Bakugo was always prideful, especially when he got his own quirk, explosions. It was flashy, it was everything. But Bakugo, like, obviously knew Izuku was strong, but he still made fun of Izuku because essentially he was just a monkey to him. Because he got the monkey tail, but he just looks normal. So what? That's your quirk, just a monkey tail? Like, no, I'm a lot stronger than I look. But Bakugo would say, "Stop lying. That's your only quirk." Because Bakugo's an asshole in this one, so you know damn well that's how he would act like. So everyone would laugh at Izuku, thinking that his quirk is just a stupid monkey tail. Whoo boy, it's a lot more than that, I'll tell you that much. So, okay, that's like his young life right there. But also, Izuku's ego would, his Saiyan side would start to show as well. Because everyone laughing at him, Izuku would, like, as a child, would scream, "What the hell are you all laughing at? Even whatever you think my quirk is, I can still beat all of you with my hands tied behind my back." Oh, really? Yes, really. Well, let's put it to the test. As Izuku literally puts his hands behind his back, as Bakugo and his goons rush at him. Like I said, this is his more brutish Saiyan side showing. So as Bakugo and his goons run at him, Izuku pretty much speed blitzes them all. Literally doing what he said, not using his hands at all, keeping his hands behind his back, kneeing the two goons right in the stomach, causing them to fall to the ground, and then him roundhouse kicking Bakugo straight in the face, sending him straight to the ground as well. And the goons didn't even get up. Bakugo tried to get up, but his face was bruised and everything, and then he started to cry. Well, you know what? Tear up. You know what? Fuck it. He full on cried. And when the teacher came out, Izuku pretty much explained the situation. And Izuku says it's kind of self-defense because they came at him using their quirks on him first. He just defended himself. So they look at the cameras, and yes, even though Izuku did kick them and everything, they did have the intention to go at them, as they were all using their quirks to basically rush at Izuku. So it was claimed in self-defense. Izuku didn't get in trouble for that. Honestly, well, they're in kindergarten, so they wouldn't have gotten in trouble anyway. Well, they probably would have, but not as big trouble as high school versions of them would. So they call their parents, they get the mess sorted out. Bakugo apologizes to Izuku and everything. Deku just says, "Don't worry about it." Pretty much, they were. I would have made okay, guys, hear me out. I would have made them friends, but Bakugo's ego, since he has a flashy and strong quirk and everything, even though he can tell Izuku is strong, like, literally based off what Bakugo sees, is just a monkey tail. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think, like, you can impress Bakugo with a dang monkey tail. So, I'm sorry to say, Bakugo and Izuku are not friends in this timeline. Oh, dang it. You guys didn't see that. Bakugo and Izuku are not friends in this timeline. So, yeah. None of that happening. Izuku, Inko says, like, she's sorry that he's not friends with Katsuki. Izuku just waves it off, says, "It's okay, Mom. If they just think my quirk is weak just because I have a monkey tail, then that's them. They don't deserve to be my friends. They don't deserve to be my friends." I know how strong I am, but you don't have to. And I'm only gonna get stronger. Oh Yamoshi. So as they go home, Yamoshi continues his harsh training. And honestly, okay, hold on. I want something else to happen. I'm trying to think. You know what? Screw it. I can do this. Well, we're gonna do a major time skip now. Yamoshi is, you know what? Yeah, we're gonna skip to like when Yamoshi's pretty much the high school era right now, and Yamoshi and Bakugo do not talk at all. It's pretty much Bakugo hates his guts for humiliating him back in kindergarten, while Yamoshi honestly doesn't really care about Bakugo or anybody else. He lets them all believe that his quirk is just a monkey tail, but Izuku knows well what's about to happen. And I know what you guys might be thinking for those Dragon Ball Z fans out there. You guys might be thinking, well, what about when Izuku goes out at nighttime during the full moon and everything? I got you here. But to retcon all of that, I'm gonna just say when Izuku did go out at nighttime during the full moon, thankfully, luck may as it is. Every time he looked up into the night sky, the full moon was not in his point of vision. So he actively didn't look at the full moon. So he never transformed into the Great Ape. That's just me wanting to get that out of the way in case you guys might be questioning how could he not turn into a great ape if he went out at nighttime sometimes during a full moon. And my thing to that is he looked up at the night sky, but the full moon just wasn't in his field of vision. So just luck may have it, he just didn't look at the moon in his field of vision. And that's crazy. So yeah, he's able to look into the night sky, the stars, he just didn't see the moon wherever he was looking. So anyway, we're okay. Now that I've retconned that, we can now move on into the middle school. Well, no, high school, end of high school, going into college era, because there's something I want to do here specifically. It was hard. It was kind of hard for me to think on this, but you know, after thinking for a while, I said, you know what? Why the heck not? I wanted to do this anyway. So at the end of high school, and let me tell you now, Yamoshi has been keeping up his training for a long time. And well, okay, I'm going to tell you guys now, he doesn't have Super Saiyan because it requires an anger, like a type of trigger, an anger for it. He has the power to go Super Saiyan, yes. And if you guys want me to scale it, it's been so long to like where his potential is God dang, I don't even know where to scale it. Like what, he was 4, now he's like 18, about to be 19. So it's like, oh boy. It's been 14 years since then. I'm gonna say at this point he's like around, screw it. He's around Battle of Gods Goku, like Super Saiyan God level. But he doesn't even have any transformations yet. I know what you guys might be saying. Isn't that a bit way too high? Like, yes, but then you got to realize whose potential he has. And he's been training for 14 years non-stop. So, with that being said, I think that's a all-around fair decision to call it. So, also he's very tall. Because, you know, dominant Saiyan genes, I'm going to make it, he's tall as fuck. He's 8'4". Yep, 8'4", gigantic buff guy. And if you want to take it into consideration, this is what he looks like. Bam, we're here. So this is how Izuku looks, you know, minus the gigantic sword, but he's a gigantic beefcake and everything. And keep in mind, he's 8'4", my guy. So yeah, he's he's gigantic. So anyway, with that being said, we're cut to the end of high school. The teacher comes in. Oh wait, hold on. You know, we're gonna do a little bit more of a backstory before we get into this part. Yamoshi is just on his way to high school on the final day, so he can finally have had enough of this, so he can continue his training to UA or Shiketsu, whichever one he fancies. Anyway, continuing on into that, he sees a villain inside of the town causing trouble. This is the very beginning of the actual story before we get to the middle school type shit. So anyway. With all that being said, Yamoshi looks up and just wonders, senses the villain's power level said, wow, extremely weak, but he seems to be getting away. Until Kamui Woods shows up and actually is about to take the villain down. Binding lacquered chain prison. And then, the guy that stands next to Izuku, that stood next to Yamoshi, like the old man with spines or plus signs, whatever growths that were on his head, who called who called Izuku a fanboy in the original timeline. He sees Yamoshi and he just wonders, like, what's wrong? Wanting to be a hero yourself? It's not that I. Oh, nah. Like, really? Yeah, I'm going to be a hero. What? But that's what you asked if I wanted to be a hero, sir. I don't. No, I don't want to be a hero. I am going to be a hero. Sorry about that. Like, well, if you don't mind me asking, what hero school do you plan on going to? UA or Shiketsu. If not those two, I've got other hero schools in mind, but it's all fine. Because I'm still going to make it one way or the other. Well, kid, I wish you good luck on that. Don't worry. Thanks for that, sir, but I won't need luck. I'm guaranteed to be number one. Oh, a lot of talk. Hope you can back it up. Oh, I promise you, you won't be disappointed. As, finally Mount Lady comes in, kicks the villain, and Yamoshi seems kind of irritated by that. Like, what's wrong, kiddo? Well, what's wrong, kid? You seem kind of mad. I am, because the situation was already handled. Mount Lady didn't really have a reason to just come barging in. A simple leg sweep or whatever capturing, or Kamui Woods' branches were literally about to catch the guy. And being how strong they are, he probably wouldn't have been able to break out. All Mount Lady did was just do something for fan service. Jesus Christ. Honestly, it's all a waste of time. And as the guy looks at the situation, oh yeah, I guess that situation could have been handled better. Anyway, I need to get back to school. Later, sir. Goodbye, young man. As he continues walking. All right, guys, we're in. So here we go with this one. And this is especially how it would go. So, like, now we cut to the end of the high school arc here, as Izuku's just sitting there, like, just writing in it. Well, you know what? Screw it. Tinges of the same old Izuku are still there, as he did his hero analysis notebook and everything, writing down the strengths, weaknesses, and everything else upon other heroes. pretty goddamn fun. But still, the teacher comes in. All right, class, I have papers here, so that way you might want to get started on your careers. But then he throws them in the air. But why bother? I already know you all want to go to the hero course, as everybody starts cheering and shit, all that crap. Like, hey, yes, it's true, you've all got some impressive quirks, but that'll only take you so far in the future. Hey, remember, there's no quirk usage in class. And Izuku kind of just, he rolled his eyes as the pompous asshole himself stands up and says his classic line. Hey, Teach, don't lump me in with these bunch of losers. I'm the real deal, but these guys here will be lucky to end up as sidekicks to some busted D-lister. As everyone except Deku, well, Deku just rolls his fucking eyes at this. And just... Sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. Wind is blowing and my curtains are just flowing like on my freaking window shield. So on the window, so it's making a lot of noise. So I apologize if you hear that in the background. Just try to tune that out and listen to what I'm trying to say. But anyway, Deku rolls his eyes and the classmates all get mad. You think you're better than us, Katsuki? Let's go. I'll take you all on. As the teacher just starts rummaging through, and Deku just tuning Bakugo out, as the teacher exploited that he wanted to go to UA and everything else. And after Bakugo's speech, like, he's gonna try out for nationals, but only the best of the best can get in there. And that's exactly why it's the only place worthy of having someone like me. I'm gonna be the best hero ever, the coolest one, even better than All Might himself. And my entire career starts at UA University. Until the teacher says another thing. Until, like, Izuku was just writing in his notebook still. Until, like, the teacher called his name. Oh, Midoriya. I see you want to go to UA as well. Or maybe Shiketsu. Huh. You actually have a lot of hero hero schools labeled down. Seems like you got all your priorities straight. Yes, sir. As he just nods his head. And everyone looks at him and they just laugh. Not because of the fact that he was quirkless, because, well, they thought with his stupid, simple monkey tail, he could easily just get in. Like, Midoriya, you gotta have a good quirk if you want to get into UA. Deku doesn't really care what they goddamn think. Like, on anything. You know what? Screw it. His pride shows yet again. His Saiyan pride. And his ego. Like, oh, really? I didn't hear any of your names being called out when I signed up for for you wanting to go to UA. As everyone's silent, like, what did you just say? You heard me. I didn't hear any of your names being called out. Seems that me and Bakugo here were the only ones that actually had the balls to even try to sign up for UA. So just like Bakugo said, you all know your places, but me, I'm only getting. No one can tell me what my fucking place is. I decide where it is. As Bakugo comes up and tries to slam his hand down on the desk, as Deku already seeing Bakugo before and sensing what he was gonna do, already moving his notebook, his backpack, and everything else out the way before he slammed his hand onto the desk. Hey, no quirk uses in class. Shut it, teach. I gotta show this monkey here where he belongs. As Deku looks at him and says, "Are you a fucking bitch? Who the fuck you think you're talking to? You?" As Deku stands up, towering over Bakugo, who's only like 6'1", 6'2". Deku's 8'4". So yeah, he towers over Bakugo by a pretty wide margin. Like, who the fuck do you think you are telling me where I can and can't go? You are nobody important to me. You're sure as hell not my dad, you're sure as hell not my mom, and you're sure as hell not my fucking friend. So whatever you got to say to me, I don't give a damn. As like everyone looks on, and Bakugo's like, "Why you little? Oh, you want?" As Deku literally throws his backpack and shit to the side. Give me a fucking reason. As Deku's pretty much indicating, give me a reason to beat your ass. Ugh. As the teacher comes in, finally, like the teacher, comes in and stops it. Like, hey, no fight on the last day. I'm not dealing with this paperwork or any of your bullshit. Both of you sit back down. As Deku looked up at the teacher and says, "Oh, now you want to interfere because you realize your pompous student's about to get his ass wrecked by a fucking monkey. How about you shut the fuck up and keep doing what you were always doing? Nothing but sitting back there and watching." Ooh. As the teacher honestly had nothing to say to that. As, wow, you think Bakugo's like, "Wow, you think you're such a big shot now." Like Yamoshi only responds to this, "Who said think I'm such a big shot? I am the big shot." As he just sits back down at his desk, and when I go to UA, and when I completely overshadow you by an infinite amount, it'll be proven. But keep in mind, that's only the start of my career. Once I become the #1 hero, then all of you will look back. Then I can only expect. Jesus Christ. Once I become the #1 hero, I can only imagine the look on your faces. And the amount of ass kissing you'll probably be doing as well, asking for favors or some shit. As far as I'm concerned, all of you can go straight to fucking hell. Wow, he just said all that. And as the bell rang at the end of the day, Deku just grabs his bag and shit and just goes. As Bakugo just says, hold on there, monkey. As Deku just not even paying attention to him, just having his eye twitch, just fucking continues. Until Bakugo just cursing him out, until the end and after all of that. Deku just says, "Alright, I have 1 year of, as he leaves, alright, I have 1 year of training left." And, okay, because of Deku's immense strength and everything, I'm gonna say he's allowed to use his quirk, he's actually allowed to use his quirk in public. Because of his immense strength and his training regimen, he actually wanted to help out the community upon everything. So using his strength, speed, agility, and everything else whatnot, he goes around doing community service for the for the actual city that he lives in. Also, he lives in a house. Since his mom doesn't have to spend so much money on fucking All Might merch, she actually gets to save up some money. And, well, now that they actually have you know what? Nah, scratch that idea. Because you still you have to feed a Saiyan. And let me tell you now, it's all that All Might merch money, it goes into food. So, woof. Izuku's a growing boy. Well, he's done growing now, but still. So, anyway, with all that being said, Izuku's allowed to use his quirk in public. So, instead, while everyone's leaving, everyone's leaving, Izuku just goes behind the school and just flies off. He flies his way back home. So no, he doesn't meet All Might. And yes, Izuku would run into a few pros to tell him that he can't use his quirk in public, but Izuku just pulls a card out of his wallet, giving him permission to do that. And then they say, "Oh, you're that Midoriya kid. Okay, well, be on your way. We'll be on your way, young man. I apologize for that." I'm like, don't worry about it. As he continues flying his way back home. So then he would get home, unlock the door. Mom, I'm back. Are you home? There would be no answer. Ah, uh, okay. I guess she's working late today. As Izuku just Yamoshi as Yamoshi just walks in and places his stuff down upon the I'm sorry, as he places his stuff down upon the upon his bed. I was gonna say upon the wall next to his desk, but I'm gonna do that in a bit. But as for right now, Izuku pretty much takes off his school clothes and gets on his gym clothes. Time for him to go work. Because yeah, Izuku has his own legitimate bit of money for compensation for him helping out the community and everything. So let me explain how. By going to the like construction sites, junkyards, and just lifting the heavy metal and shit, and just moving it around for them. If they don't have the machines or if they're malfunctioning, he can just do that. He can just, or literally, like doing a strongman competition, he ties a rope around himself and just pulling fucking semi trucks and shit, or just lifting train carts. Yeah, he can do that too. He's awesome. Izuku is awesome just that way. But still, doing a lot of stuff. All he has to do is just arrive on site and pretty much show him his, public quirk usage card, and then he can just do that. But still, it's all cool. And until then, Izuku had realized that there's one thing Izuku is still trying to get a permit to clean the beach that he used to go to when him and his mom when he was a kid, that his mom would always take him to. He loved Dagobah Beach, but it became such a trash site now, and he wants to clean it. So he's actually trying to get a permit to actually go and clean it. And seeing as how he did so much community work beforehand, soon enough he just might get it. Anyway, continuing on, Izuku would continue outside doing his work until, well, later it would be later. I'm not doing that now. But anyway, what would happen beforehand would be actually fairly simple. Great, here we go. So Izuku would be outside right now, and after like a long day's work, he finally decides to head his way back home. Of course, he could fly, but really quickly, I know I'm doing this interaction very late in the day, but you know what? Just for convenience, I'm doing it anyway, just because I want to have this interaction specifically right here in this moment. While Izuku is on his way home, finally actually a villain does come up and try to attack Izuku, and crazy enough, it is the sludge villain. What the? The sludge villain says, I need your body as a meat puppet. As Izuku just raises his hand and just boom, he just creates a giant shockwave with the palm of his hand, splattering the sludge villain all over the place. Oh, damn. That is until finally a giant man finally lands onto the street that he's on, screaming, I am here. As Izuku would look on, Yamoshi would look on and see that it actually is a robot. Wait, no, fuck. What the fuck is wrong with me? Sorry, guys. Brain fart moment. See that it actually is All Might. Well, as Zuko would be highly amazed to see All Might here, and All Might would say, sorry if this villain had bothered you, sir. Sir? Oh no, sorry. Well, technically I am an adult, so that could apply, but I'm still young, sir. I'm only 18. Ah, well, young man. You look very much like a grown man instead. Yeah, I get that. Yep, I get that a lot. Wait, I think I recognize you. Are you the Yamoshi Midoriya boy that's been going around doing community service? Yes, sir, that is me. Well, it is nice to finally meet you face to face, young man. I can greatly appreciate the amount of work that you put in for the city, and on behalf of us all, I would like to say thank you very much, young man. No problem, sir. As Izuku stuck out his hand and All Might did the same as they shook hands. Whoa, quite a firm grip you have. You must have a lot of strength behind you. Well, yes, sir. Anyway, Mr. All Might, can I please bother you for a quick favor? Of course, young man. It depends. What would it be? Well, as Izuku would pull up a pen and his notebook, can I please have your autograph? Of course, young man. As All Might would open to a new blank page as he would give him his autograph. Where actually a lot of other heroes had their autographs as well. That's right. Izuku met plenty of other heroes. Hell, even though he didn't want to, Endeavor also signed his notebook because he could respect Izuku's determination of work that he put in. Even though Endeavor doesn't do autographs or pictures or anything like that, he respected Izuku's determination of work for the city, because even though work like that is still respected amongst heroes, because a lot of heroes do community service work, aka Fat Gum, Fourth Kind, hell, even Endeavor did it back during a flashback when he was trying to catch up to All Might. So due to the respect Endeavor has for Izuku like that, he gave him he did give him an autograph out of respect. Yeah. And Endeavor did it in a cool way. He basically used fire and burned his name into the page. Like, not to the point where he actually burned like through the paper itself. It almost looked like a smudge, basically. Basically, Endeavor used like ashes to sign his name there. So Izuku has a pretty cool fucking name there. That's pretty awesome. So after getting his autograph, like Yamoshi would thank All Might for it graciously, and then All Might would ask what are his plans. And Yamoshi says he's going to UA to start his career of becoming the next #1 hero. Oh, you're the next #1 hero. Well, young man, you seem to have a lot of confidence. Huh. My confidence is greatly backed up, sir. And I promise you, when you see me during the entrance exam, you'll see the amount of massive power I have. And I promise you, it's nothing short of jaw-dropping. No, mind shattering. Like, well, young man, with all the excitement you're putting behind it, I look forward to seeing that amount of power. I promise you, sir, you won't be disappointed, as he gives a bow to All Might in respect. Of course. Jesus, sorry about that, guys. Hold on. Okay, my bad. Well, young man, I must be heading off now. Thank you for your continued support! As he takes the sled villain and he jumps off. Izuku just met All Might today. This is the best day ever. He doesn't know when his mom's going to get back, so he just decides to spend another hour outside and on like a hill or something. So that's what he's gonna do. He's just bored. Give me one sec, guys, because I gotta get the scenery just right, because this is what I'm trying to do here. Alright, guys, this was like, the best amount that I could manage for right now. So after a long day of hard work, Izuku just goes like later, and he sits on a hill, in like a small little valley on the outskirts of town, because he flew over there. Honestly, he could fly, and he just decides to chill there for a bit, just emptying his mind, as Izuku just starts opening his mind and sensing around him. And you know what? He started doing some meditation as well. This was relaxing to him. But then it finally hit Izuku. He's kind of upset. Why? Because, well, one, he can never find a good fight anymore because he's too strong for anybody on this planet. Even he knows that now. His sensing ability has gotten so strong, he can literally sense anybody around the planet. Fuck, he can even use instant transmission now, because, like I said, he gets visions of, like, Yamoshi's, seeing the techniques of everybody throughout the entire multiverse. But, he can sense everyone around the planet, and he can sense that he's just millions of times stronger than them. Well, infinitely. Like, no matter how hard they trained, they would never be able to reach him. And he's kind of upset at that, because that's just because to him, he'll never be able to get to go all out against somebody. But the next thing is, he's kind of mad at himself because, well, he's been seeing visions of Super Saiyan 2, 3, and 4, 5. Yes, they're canon in my universe. And, the God forms and everything. But he still hasn't even gotten regular Super Saiyan yet. And he doesn't know why. Like, of course he saw visions that anger was the trigger, but it's not like, he could just release any latent anger that he might have. Sure, he has anger. He has well enough of it. But the thing is, he can't really release that without, putting the whole planet at risk. Like, too much power, and he would destroy the planet. He has more than enough power to do so already. So it's way, way, way too much. Too much for him. And since he's the legendary Super Saiyan, I don't want to make him go, Super Saiyan, then full-powered Super Saiyan, and then he just ends up wrecking everything for real. wrecking the whole freaking galaxy. So he can't really train too hard now. And plus, the planet Earth really can't take his training regimen anymore. Honestly, his little community service work, it stopped working for him years ago. He knew he stagnated like a long time ago, but he can't really, just quit. Or, I mean, well, he can, but he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want to seem like an ass. He has the power, so might as well use it for something good. But he's not getting any stronger. This little terrible means of training isn't really helping him anymore. And he's kind of mad at that. So he's mad at two things. One, not finding a good opponent that's good enough, that's even close to being worthy of his time. And two, he's not even able to get stronger now because nothing on this planet can, because he can't, because one, his body's gotten used to the training he's gotten. So at this point, he's lacking in everything else now. And no matter, he can still hone his skills, but that's not going to be increasing his power. But also, he's not able to get any stronger, which is making him mad. He just wants something different. Why can't he just have something already? But little did Izuku know, he had a vision. He was getting a sense of deja vu sitting in this like large valley. Wait a minute. Why did he recognize this place for some reason? And then it hits him. He had another vision of this place, about the sky cracking, meteors falling, light shining hitting the ground, and something with wings? Wings? Izuku doesn't know why he was having these visions. It's kind of like Bardock's foresight, because yeah, that's a thing. That was the thing I'm making canon too, so that's why I'm giving Izuku these visions here. But Izuku doesn't really relatively know like what's supposed to happen here. Like, is it just going to happen naturally, or does something have to cause it? I'm gonna have to fix that in the background if you guys can hear that, because that's starting to annoy me. But anyway, Izuku just waits for a little bit more before deciding to head back home. As he gets up, exactly the vision he saw starts to happening. Cracks starting to appear in the sky. Oh yeah, by the way, he's completely far away from the city where he lives in. He's like out in the outskirts, like wastelands area, like in the like grassland area. So he's up far away. So no one from his city is gonna know what's happening right now except for him. Like I said before, the ground starts cracking and getting destroyed and everything. And oh boy. Now, and then once, it looks like a wormhole has been opened in the sky as light starts shooting out of it everywhere. And Izuku can see this, oh, this isn't, fake. This is actually real. As he actually smacks the light away, that were coming at, the light beams that were coming at him. And Izuku realizes he can actually feel this. This can actually be a good means of training. This is awesome. So Izuku literally powers up to his maximum, and honestly, to his max base form, and it's kind of shakes the planet a little bit, causing a mini earthquake. But Izuku held back the power, that way he wouldn't, shake the whole Earth apart, like Cell did in the Cell Saga when he went full power. Because at this point, Izuku could shake the planet like that. So he was being careful to not make, it was a mini earthquake, not enough to show up on the earthquake radar, so it didn't pop up. But it was still small enough and minuscule enough to be somewhat noticeable, but not too much, not to be worrisome. But anyway, Izuku smacking away the light beams that are coming at him and everything that are shooting down, and him blasting the, little meteors that are coming down, him saving everything. That is until freaking 3 people fall out of the wormhole, actually. And Izuku having that heroic heart and everything, shoots up into the air and catches all 3 of them. And he sees that these are all three girls. 2 what looks to be grown women and one little girl. Oh shit. Great. Now this has gone from bad. Now this has gone from training regimen to people. Okay, people's lives are at stake here. I gotta do something. As Izuku now, honestly, he doesn't know what to do, but he just starts using serious ki blasts and whatnot to destroy the light beams and everything to push them all back. And he does do just that. But then all of a sudden the wormhole just closes. Fuck. Now the wormhole doesn't just the wormhole just closes until an explosion actually happens. Oh shit, an explosion of light. So Izuku carrying all 3 of these girls actually just starts flying in the air. He can't possibly outrun it. He has to outfly it. So he shoots up into the air and flies at his max speed, which is about fucking Mach fucking 2, Mach 3. And he's about to break the sound barrier until like all of a sudden, like the girls that were in his arms wake up and they see him until shit, their eyes shine a bright light until they fly until they're all of their wings just out are spread out, and then they wrap their arms around him as now they say, dang, what are they supposed to say? Uh, like bonding something. Okay, screw it. They just say initiate bonding sequence. What? And then all of a sudden the girls around their neck would be like clamp would be a clamp and a chain, and like a chain going from the clamp on the way to Yamoshi's like hand. What the bonding sequence complete. Yamoshi Midoriya, master, huh? As then, like Izuku would say, "Shit, no time." As all of a sudden, Izuku would use instant transmission, and then since they're all three are tied to the chain is tied to all three of them, he teleports right back to his little apartment. As whew, he made it. He's back in his room again, and okay, that problem was solved. Anyway, all right. What the heck? What the heck just happened? As they pretty much explained to him that they fell from heaven, and since they're the first thing he saw, he has now been blessed with with class S rank alpha rank angels. Well, and since there are three of them, what the fuck is going on? And then they have to explain more. He was the one that rescued them when they fell out of heaven, and now since he was the first thing they saw, they had to bond to him, which makes him their master. Wait. I'm not a slave owner or anything. Hold on, this sounds wrong. And then they tell him it's not wrong. It's just how things in their world go. And then Izuku looks at all three. Okay, hold on a minute. What are even your names? All right, guys, here we go. Boop. And here we are, y'all. Yep, this is the ship for this series. Don't care what you all think. I mean, they're pretty much older than Izuku at this point. Well, way much older. By like a lot. So then they explain it in a deeper scenario, like that they are angels or angeloids, and now they are tasked with guarding and protecting Yamoshi their whole life, as they bow to him and call him master now. Wait. What is, how would this even? As now they go to like a deep backstory of how they are angels, actual angels from heaven, and that sadly something went down that they actually can't remember, and now they fell from heaven. And the next thing they remember is seeing him before waking up. Great. And since now they bonded to Izuku, albeit the chains around the clamps and chains around their necks, they're now bonded to Izuku for life. Well, this is just great. As Izuku sees the chain wrapped in his hand, like, oh, that's just great. So I have angel slaves now. As well, the blonde-haired one would say, yeah, pretty much. Okay, so what can you guys even do exactly? Anything? Wait, anything? As the blonde-haired one says, I said yellow, the yellow one. The blonde-haired one would say, yes, anything imaginable. Whatever you ask of us, we can do it. Like, really now. So if I ask for like an infinite amount of money in my bank account, you could make it happen. Yes. And they say yes, of course they could. Okay, you know what? How about this? I want an infinite amount of money in my bank account, to where no one would even be able to trace it, or no one would even notice it. And even if I go to another state or country, that money would instantly change into that currency. That way I always have money on the fly whenever I need it. And then they say done. An infinite amount of money. So honestly, the pink-haired one would bring up a calculator and pretty much type in the infinity sign, and immediately Yamoshi would get a notification on his phone saying his bank account has just been updated. As he would check his bank information, and it would be literally an infinite amount of money there, and instantly his card would change into a black card. Oh, shit! Okay, this is actually real. Okay, damn. And honestly, if he had this much money in there in his bank account, naturally he would have gotten a call or an alert, but no, nothing happened. Okay, well, wait, hold on. If I go outside, will people be able to see you? Because I don't really want them to think that I'm, enslaving you or anything, because that would look bad. And then they say no, like automatically they are invisible to anyone else except Yamoshi, unless he wants them to be seen by other people. Okay, that's good. Well, stay invisible to everyone else besides me, because also this chain needs to stay invisible as well, because this will look really bad. Of course. Dang. But then Izuku never realized. Oh wait, I never. Hold on. I never got your names. Can you please tell me? As instantly the blonde, the pink-haired one would instantly perk up. I'm gonna go through one by one, so we're gonna do this one at a time. Here we go. The pink-haired one would look up at Yamoshi's eyes and say her name. Her name is Ikaros, like Ikaros. Ikaros. Oh, dang. Well, that. Oh wow! There's a legend on our planet that there was a guy named Ikaros. Well, Ikaros, whatever you guys want to say. And the next one would be the blue-haired one that looks like a child, but actually she's much older than Izuku. As she would say, her name is Nymph, almost like an imp. Pretty cool. As Izuku would kind of chuckle at that name, and finally would be the blonde-haired one, and she would say her name is Astrea, almost Astrial. Dang, they all have some names that kind of remind him of that. Well, great. This is going to be kind of bad. But anyway, Izuku goes back to all three of them. So there you guys know their names. And they're from the anime called Heaven's Lost Property, or Sora no Atsukishimi. I think I said the name right. But if you look up Heaven's Lost Property, then the anime where these three are in should pop up. I didn't see the full series. I'm still watching it to this day, but it's still pretty cool. All right, anyway, back to it. Oh, boy. Okay. Izuku looks back to all three and just says, okay, well, if I'm going to be having angel... Well, I don't know how are you guys even going to live here? My house isn't big enough. The little apartment we have isn't big enough for all, well, 5 of us. 5? As they turn their head. Well, finally the blue one speaks up. 5? Yes, this isn't really my apartment. I live with my mom. And then the blonde one just says, well, we can do anything. You can just ask that. We can just make you a giant house to live in. Like, really? Azuka never really thought of that. Like, yes, we can do literally anything that you ask of us. So if you ask us to make a house, we can do that. That actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. Suzuku thinks about it, but he doesn't want to leave his mom behind. She's done so much for him, and he couldn't bear to just leave her. Then they just say, why not take her with us? We can make a big as house as we want. We can literally make a mansion. You know what? That is a good idea. So that he thought, right as he says that, Yamoshi, I'm home. Mom. As he gets up and he goes out the room with his angels flying right behind him. They don't need any, as they already told them that they don't need any substance to stay alive or anything. They're automatically just going to be by his side if he needs them. But anyway, still though, they still do fly right behind him. But anyway, they keep going on, and welcome back, Mom. A late day at the office. Yes, it was a pretty long day. Well, Mom, I got some good news for you. Huh? What's that? Well, I have enough money to afford my own place now, so I'm going to be moving, but I want you to come with me. Huh? Yeah, we're going to be moving into a house now, and since I know you wouldn't want to be alone, I actually would like it if you were to come with me during all this. As Inko would think upon this for a moment, but actually she would actually say no, and due to this reason would be because, well, she loves Yamoshi to the bottom of her heart, and even though she would go with him, just being there all the time wouldn't actually allow enough for his actual family to, if he has a girlfriend or anything, she wouldn't want to intrude on any of that. So sadly she declines this offer. But she says when Izuku gets settled into the place to always, be sure to visit and contact her, and also let her know where he lives. That way she can visit if she needs to. As Izuku would ask, "Are you sure?" and she would say yes. Okay, well, I might as well go pack my things now. Wait, you're already ready? Well, yeah, I already had everything set up and ready to go. I just wanted to see if you wanted to leave the apartment behind. But Inka would say no because, well, she will always find, but she will always miss a Yamoshi. As Yamoshi and her would do a final hug, as then Yamoshi would just end up flying into the sky like away. As now he would actually end up going back to like the grasslands he was in before, like the outskirts of the actual city. And going into someplace hidden to where, well, going to someplace hidden off the road a little bit to where no one would actually just end up running into his house on purpose. You would have to actually look for it in order to find it. And they would ask, like, why are they back here at this place? Because, well, Yamoshi found it kind of fitting to live kind of in the general area where he found them in the beginning. So he would ask for them to build them a house that would build them a house. And by house, they interpret mansion. So, done. All three of them uses their powers and all together create like a giant ball of light as they throw it into the forest, well, into like the open valley, and boom, giant mansion is made. So let me show you guys that right now. Boop. Yep, this is what they ended up creating. Ah, shit. Okay. This isn't exactly what I meant, but hell, I'm not going to turn this down as Izuku walks up to the front door and walk in. Yeah, the furniture and everything's already in there. Time for the slideshow, you guys. Whoop! Zoom in. All of this is here. Like I said, it's a giant-ass mansion, so he has more than one room. Oh, boy. All of this stuff, a library, bathroom, well, more than one, but anyway, this is his own meditation room, or hey, this can be his own personal room if he wants, but still. Yeah, now it's a meditation room. Oh, Jesus Christ almighty. The like main room as he walks in, as he takes off his shoes, and all three of them in unison say, "We hope you like it, Master." Okay. Please no more with the Master. Just call me Yamoshi. Okay, like right, Master Yamoshi. Oh God, that sounds even worse. No, just Yamoshi. And then they ask him, is he sure? Yes. And then they say, hi, Yamoshi. Like, hi, Yamoshi. Okay. Oh, bro, this is gonna get bad. Yeah, like a little mini basement, finally a kitchen and all that, but yeah, it's only getting crazier and crazier because the rooms don't stop. He even has his own little backyard beach that he can end up going into. God dang, how did they even do this? And then they say they like change the dimensions in between. And guys, there are actual things called of black sand beaches. If you guys look them up, they are real. This is where I got this from. So this is actually a pretty cool site. Izuku would say, huh, I might come here more than Degaba Beach. Because now his little own island thing, his special beach is actually on the other side of the city. And then he realizes, oh shit, yeah, I haven't started my year of training yet. That's still gonna happen, but still, later. Until like he finally took all the mail from his home. Well, instead, to make it seem less suspicious, the mail that he would get would automatically teleport to his own little mailbox that he has in his home, or on the front desk that he would always see, but it would be different. And we still got more slides. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. But also, when Izuku goes up into the attic, this is what he would see. How many fucking rooms did they put in here? Holy crap. Yeah, change of scenery goes wild, bro. Wild. Finally, like one last big ass living room. Yeah, Izuku's mansion is just much bigger than the Todoroki household. This is nuts. The extra Midoriya household. Okay, so this is where Izuku's going to live now. Great. And then they say, hope he likes it. Izuku said, like he does, but this is pretty much too big. And then they ask would he like them to change it. Honestly, at this point, no, they don't want to. He doesn't want to mess around with any more shenanigans like that. So keeping it like this will be fine. I did way too much research just to freaking get rid of this. Yeah, I am not getting rid of it. Oh boy, I probably shouldn't have gathered so many images, but you know what? Honestly, I don't give a fuck anymore. Okay. Still, as Izuku goes, Jesus Christ, I'll get used to the name. As Yamoshi now goes back out to to his front yard and everything, he sees, wow, Midoriya's. Oh boy, sees the name Midoriya. As now his one whole year of training is about to become insane because I'm gonna still keep this going. Why the heck not? Oh Jesus, I just hope I don't tire my voice out. I'll probably get like a drink of water or something later. So as he goes over and he does the community service of cleaning up Dagobah Beach, he gets it done literally within like 3 days. So, and then, you know, after getting his permit, he goes, cleans up the beach. Everyone thanks him, give him compensation for it. Cool. And whatnot. Oh, brother. So this is nuts here. As, Since he still has like months left before he goes to freaking UA, this is going to get crazy. As Izuku doesn't really know what he does for training. But this is one thing I wanted to add in here because I was bored, y'all, and because I found no other means of Izuku that Yamoshi can train safely without destroying the planet. So just bear with me on this. So let's begin. All right, as Yamoshi was just sitting in his one of his many freaking living rooms just watching TV, and it has omniversal TV, so Izuku can watch. Oh my god, so Yamoshi can watch any shows that he goddamn wants while his angels just sit there and watch with them. They've been gaining a lot more personality as they've been around with him, seeing as he's not uptight or anything around that. So now they start to, you know, mellow out with their attitudes and everything, starting to be more personality and more human-like with him. But not too much because they still have that master-like tendencies to please him. Pause on that. You know what? Nah, no pause. This is the ship anyway. What am I going to be saying that for? So, whatever. As Izuku, oh my god, as Yamoshi is just watching, ironically enough, he's watching Dragon Ball Z, and he's seeing them use the hyperbolic time chamber. 1 day in the real world equals 1 year of training in there. And Yamoshi just says having a place like that and his world would be amazing because then he could train nonstop and he wouldn't destroy the outside world. And that's when his angels actually ask, what would he like for a training room like that? And Yamoshi would say yes, he would love to have a training room like that. That way he could train every single day to get more control over his power. He could get stronger like very quickly. And the best part about it is, like, since they're angels, since they must know some form of combat, right? As they nod their heads. Well, hell, that means he can train with strong people. So, hell, yes, he would love that. As they would actually they would start to create the room, but Izuku would end up stopping them to say he wants it to be modified in his own version. His hyperbolic time chamber, where 1 day in the real world equals 10 years of training in there. And the number one thing is you don't age in there either. Basically, time is stopped for you in there, even though the period of training would still go the exact same. Also, Izuku could adjust the gravity however he wants just by vocalizing it, and he could change the terrain and whatever else he wants about the place. If he wants to make it look like he's fighting in space or in a wasteland, to change the scenery in whatever way he so desires. As hi Yamoshi. As now they create the hyperbolic time chamber, and guys, that's where Izuku's training is going to start. As here is the room, hyperbolic time chamber. As when Izuku walks in, automatically the room is 10 times gravity, so he'll get used to this. And of course, like the actual hyperbolic time chamber, it has 2 beds, a bathroom, and the best part about it is Izuku can train in here for as long as he wants because he has an unlimited amount of food. So, oh yeah, the year of training is going to be insane for Izuku. Because 1 day in the real world equals 10 years. And since Izuku modified it, he won't age in here either. So I don't want to hear that thing about, oh, but you age in the hyperbolic time chamber. Not in Izuku's version that the angels gave him. And yes, Izuku's angels are the ship for this series right here. So hope you guys did enjoy, because this is where the end of the series go. Because Izuku smiles. It's showtime! So with that being said, hope you guys did enjoy this part. This was a long hour video. I need to get to Story Ship Deku, you know, part 2 as well on that. And since I know you guys can achieve a like goal, 10 likes to continue this. And come on, get the subscriber count up more. I know you guys are holding back on me. We got to get to the 400. We've been stuck at 300 for half a year. No longer. Come on, we got to grind on these numbers. With that being said, hope you guys did enjoy. And if you did, y'all know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below. Peace.